Hello, folks. Welcome to Farming with Chef Matt. Just going to share a very brief message. Going to keep it short and sweet. So, is it the coronavirus that's causing so much grief? Or is it something far more sinister that's been going on for decades? Okay, let's cover this one. What is the actual issue that Cody of Wrangler Star Channel has pointed out? Why is there no food, no toilet paper on the shelves at Costco near him? What's the real cause? Is it people panicking? Or is it a trucking shortage? Or is it a tangible skilled trade shortage across the board? Let's explore this right quick. And for those of you who don't understand what right quick means, refer to the some of the Dirty Jobs episodes. I don't have time to go over vocabulary at this particular moment. There's a lot of heavy equipment jargon, but we're just going to boil it down to the simplest. Those with non-tangible skilled trades have been pushed for so long, and those of us with tangible skilled trade skills have been shamed for so long that this is the calm before the storm. The massive calm before the storm. This tidal wave of store shelves starting to become empty. Costco is one of the hardest hit stores right now. I personally have no clue what's next. But what I do know is next is there will be a lot more stores struggling to keep supplies on the shelves. Let's explain the whole situation in brief. There's a building contractor shortage. There's a plumber shortage. There's an HVAC repairman shortage. There's an electrical contractor shortage. There's a truck driving shortage. There's a shortage of crane operators, a shortage of towmen. Now, what's more important that there's a shortage of than anything else? It is pay within the trucking industry. It's definitely a correlation. Trucking pay went down, so did the number of trucking professionals out there on the road. Now, before you go saying about, well, I see a lot of trucks out on the road. Let me give you an example here. 10 years ago, I was fighting over a spot on the trucking side of Petro in our farm truck. I actually had to go with a full load of horses to the front. Now, you don't even need to reserve a spot at the Petro off of exit 272 in Spokane County, Washington. There's no need to reserve a spot. Why? There's so many available that it makes complete sense as to who, what, where, when, why, and even how those store shelves are starting to empty out. Let me summarize this politely. America is in serious trouble. Very serious trouble. I can guarantee you right now, the people that most are ashamed of about doing and told is a shameful job are making more than those shaming the ones who are running heavy equipment. I strongly encourage you, find someone, anyone, just put in applications for apprenticeship. Anywhere, everywhere, do it. If it is a heavy equipment career, if it is a highly skilled, tangible skill requirement, you have got to apply for an apprenticeship if you have not done it before. Do not apply for just simple training stuff. You need to go full-fledged apprenticeship because this stuff will actually pay you. Whereas training, you have to pay for. Apply for an apprenticeship, you get paid to learn. Your parents get proven wrong. Everyone around you will likely shun you. But welcome to my life. Yeah, to say the least. We have an extreme shortage of heavy equipment operators. It's not necessary. I'm not going to shame the guys mowing lawns. I'm not that kind of heavy equipment operator. What I am going to do is state this. If you're mowing lawns and you're looking for a good place to expand to, let me explain to you where a really, truly good place to expand to is. Excavation, as well as building and construction, as well as snow removal in this particular area that I'm at. As long as you are somewhat set up for snow removal, but highly geared towards excavation, building and construction, as well as landscaping, softscaping, and hardscaping, you're going to do well. That snow removal, that's a bonus check right there. That's all it is. But as long as you jump at the opportunity that presents, never before have I ever seen semi-trucks so inexpensive on the used truck market. And it's only going to get even more common. On the used truck market, I see full-blown, fully operational semi-trucks. Literally, they're not even going for $40,000. When 4 years ago, mega carriers purchased them brand new for $150,000 to $250,000. Please check out my buddy Alex Mai at the Asian Mai show with the Mother Trucker community. He's got an amazing shop. Check him out. He's a trucking professional as well as this. He sells trucks. Lots of them are for sale right now. He's in a position where if you need a truck and you've got $30,000 or $40,000 sitting aside that you don't need to have sitting in your back pocket, but you need to reinvest it somehow, semi-trucks can be converted into motorhomes. They can be converted into fifth wheel pulling units for fifth wheel travel trailers. They can be used for pulling trailers that a light duty and even a medium duty truck kind of get a little costly for at times. A heavy-duty truck pulling a 21,000-pound fifth wheel literally only needs annual maintenance, sometimes semi-annual maintenance, depending on how many miles you're putting on them and depending on what conditions you're operating them under. Please, folks, I encourage you to end the shaming that has resulted in shortages at Costco that is only going to spread to other stores. I encourage you to end it. It's unnecessary. It is the equivalent of bigotry. It's right up there with racism, sexism, and so on, so forth. It is not accurate. It is wrong to shame people just because they do a different trade than you. By the way, one thing that annoys me about people sitting there answering a telephone, oh, you have no idea what it's like to deal with people telling me that they want to kill me. You know what? I've made decisions that have gotten people hurt, seriously. You think your job's tough? Good luck comparing it to mine. I have seen people pass away before my very eyes. I know what those decisions are like. And before you even complain that you had a tough job, understand this. I grew up in a first responder family. My own father has had people pass away in his own arms, attempting to save their lives. The next time you want to complain about your desk job, remember that. Also, we need firefighters in our area like never before. The Cheney Firehouse can use extra hands. Wyman, stick with this. If you want to work for a city firehouse, ignore the sexist bull crap that's going to go on in there and just keep your nose to the grindstone. We are all a bunch of ball busters when it comes to first responders. And you know what? Just deal with it with comedy. Have a witty comeback. Have witty comebacks. If you need to sit there for a minute and say, you watch, you're going to wish you hadn't said that one. That's better than nothing. Another thing, look at this. I've got long hair. I can relate to you. The guys in the firehouse pick on me because I have long hair occasionally, okay? No one's immune from it. Get over it. Grow up. It gets boring in the firehouse at times, but at times there's not enough people to fill the trucks. Spokane County Fire Protection District 3 is preparing to renovate what was formerly the Medical Lake Firehouse. It is now going to be another key 24-hour-a-day manned firehouse. I am working with presenting a case of a staffing solution with them. Also, District 3 is performing an entire takeover of Medical Lake Fire Department. And the voters voted for it both in Medical Lake and around Medical Lake. So what does this mean for you? What this means for you is when this station is open, this means something that can potentially be permanent housing where you live in the firehouse all day, every day, year round. Is it a rough job? You bet your butt it is. There's also going to be a lot more volunteer positions available. How it works with Spokane County Fire Protection District 3 is you are a paid call volunteer. You get paid for the calls. Now, when that clock starts is when when any of the trucks that you're set to respond on from your assigned station are toned out till the minute the last one comes back in. You're paid as long as you sign on the paper and show up to the firehouse to do so. Now, yes, there are a lot of things that are done volunteer basis in a volunteer paid call firefighting situation. Where the volunteer aspect of things come in is things like firehouse housekeeping. Now, yes, firefighters refer to their stations as houses. Okay? Firehouse cleaning, that's all volunteer. Public education is also volunteer basis. So many other things like the landscaping, the upkeep of the landscape, all volunteer. And it is absolutely a blast to ride on those fire trucks. I can't even begin to describe what it's like. It is, at times, very surreal. Now, if you're looking for a guy who can give you a lot of tips on how to pass all of those tests that, quite frankly, very few will ever be able to provide, please contact me at matt.hammer20@gmail.com. I will give you those tips. All you need to do is be applied. All you need to do is apply and get accepted. I'll give you the tips. No charge. I know a lot of ins and outs of the firehouse system, both city-based and rural. Medical Lake Firehouse is going to Spokane County Fire Protection District 3 for full operation management, which means the trucks that were once red will become yellow. They're going to be outfitted for more of the off-road purposes. Currently, Firehouse 31 is working on the logistical aspect of getting all of those trucks brought over to the maintenance and fabrication bays, get them all fixed up, get them all converted over. That's going to be an extensive process. But at the end of the day, they need electrical contractors, they need building contractors, plumbers. They need skilled tradesmen. And now's your time to put in your bid. This is not necessarily insider out or outsider information. This is just common sense applied. And you can find their website at www.s as in Spokane, C as in county, F as in fire, D as in district, the number 3.org. That is www.scfd3.org. You will need to put in all three W. You will need to put in the www dot in there. And you got to put those three W's and the dot in there, or it's going to have a hard time pulling it up. Don't ask me why. It's just some weird networking glitch that is still being fixed. And for some reason, we've been struggling to figure that one out for approximately 8 years now, as to how to fix that in their system. But we're working on it. But the site does function properly, like it's supposed to. You must type in for your URL www.scfd3.org. There are plenty of positions available. There's a lot more detailed information on that site. If you are in Medical Lake looking for some of the most elite training in the state and wanting to become a fireman or firewoman in one of the firehouses, Spokane County Fire District 3 goes from as far west as Lincoln County. In fact, a lot of the jagged line all the way out towards Airway Heights for Medical Lake, or for the Spokane County Edwall County line, almost pretty close to the Airway Heights city limits is where that line stops, and then it goes all the way south to the next county. So it's all within Spokane County, but it goes all the way down to that county line, to the southern county line of Spokane. It is a massive fire district. There is a lot of unique and special training available, ranging from wildland response to urban wildland interface, even things such as basic medical, basic life support, advanced life support, and much more for medical training. There's also a training tower within the bus system that is in Cheney. It's over there on Presley Drive and 904. Now, if you're wondering, there is the possibility of being based in Cheney on Spokane County Community Emergency Response Team. You can find that on the CERT team sector of Spokane County website and figure out how to apply there. Now, if you request to be based out of the Spokane County Fire Protection District 3 coverage area, you are most likely going to need to either live in or near Cheney to do so. I am not going to disclose where specifically you'd be responding from. That is kept on the down low. I'm not going to reveal specifically how I know all of this. However, primarily how CERT team is divvied out for your response area is through the county fire protection districts within the county. Thank you all very much. We certainly appreciate you tuning in to the Chef Matt Hammersmith channel. And also we encourage you to get into heavy equipment. Thank you so much for joining our community here. We have quite a few people within our community. Whilst we may not have the world's largest subscriber base, we certainly don't have the smallest. I have 4 other channels. Check them out. They're in my featured channels on my channels tab of this channel. I also have 1 to 2 channels that are not my own channels, but channels of relatives. Thank you, and also I appreciate you, and we'll see you in another video. Hope to maybe one day see you out here in my area as a first responder. Thank you, and we'll catch you in another video.